customer is pretty straightforward. You go online, you place your online order, and it can be for something that's up to 5 pounds. So think a pack of candy or a bottle of cold medicine, maybe some avocados or some ground beef that you forgot at the store. You place your order, and then Walmart says that it'll show up at your door, really more your lawn, about 30 minutes later.
Okay, explain this one to me. It just dumps it on your lawn? It's not going to try to make it underneath the awning, I guess, on the front porch?
Yeah, so Walmart is working for this expansion with a company called Wing, which is owned by Alphabet. And Wing's drones are designed so that they carry on a tether a small takeout-like container. And the item goes inside that container and is then tethered to this cord that goes up to the drone. The drone lifts off from the Walmart, flies over to your house, drops down the tether, and unhooks its hook from the package, where it is then left on your lawn.
Interesting. But this all gets back to that final mile or last mile challenge in delivery logistics, right? This has been a real challenge for a lot of companies.
It has. It's been a very big challenge because it's very expensive, but it's something that shoppers want more and more. And we've seen this really since the pandemic. So over the past, 6 years, people have grown to expect that they can get something quickly. And whether that be placing an order online for pickup at the store, they drive their car up themselves, or for delivery to their homes, the expectation is certainly that it's getting faster and faster to get something small.
I want to dig in a little bit more on the regulatory side of things. Like, for instance, we're located not too far from a hospital, and occasionally they have helicopter service in and out. I'm wondering, if you're going to have helicopters competing with drones, yikes. Who is responsible for overseeing, from a regulatory standpoint, the rollout? Is it largely federal, or are the locals getting involved?
My understanding is that a lot of this is starting at the federal level. These drones have been regulated by the Federal Aviation Administration and have had to stay within sight of a human minder. That, of course, presents a huge challenge if the point is to have a drone that can fly several miles away. You would have to have a driver driving underneath it, which, like I said, defeats the purpose a little bit, especially from a cost perspective. So federal regulators in August proposed a rule that would pave the way for more drones to operate beyond what's called visual line of sight. But that said, it is still a proposal at this stage, and it remains to be seen how that plays out in the future. The other thing I'll note is there are local regulations at play. I'm not familiar with each municipality's regulations, but I do know that drone operators have had to approach local municipalities to get clearance to run these programs.
Any idea, any ETA for widespread drone delivery? Are we talking about maybe next year these will become familiar sights, or are we looking at closer to 2030, or what's your take?
My expectation is it will be a few years. Walmart says that this latest rollout will bring drone delivery to more than 270 of its stores nationwide by the end of 2027. But that said, that would still be a small fraction of Walmart's total 4,600 plus U.S. stores.
Is it your sense that Texas, with its wide open spaces, makes it a particularly rich target environment for this industry?
I think so. I also think the regulatory environment and the weather. You don't have necessarily, I know every region of Texas has its own weather, right? But compared to New York, for example, where you might get several inches of snow, you're maybe not going to have that as often in Texas. My expectation, Dallas-Fort Worth has been a big target. I don't know about Austin specifically, but I do remember Houston being mentioned. I agree with you that I think the wide open spaces, the weather, and again, the regulatory environment, like I said earlier, I don't know what the municipality specific process is. I imagine it's different in every place, but I do know that has been an obstacle, is that these companies have to go to the local city and say, hey, we'd like to set this up. And they get mixed reception for that. But I think maybe less of that in Texas, or at least just more willingness to let them try it out.
Liz Young covers logistics and the supply chain for the Wall Street Journal.
Grand morning. I'm on my little errands this morning and getting things ready for this winter storm that is coming up on us. It's a rare Arctic winter storm. Another rarity in southern Texas. and the rest of the south and lower eastern part of the United States. It's supposed to be hitting us. It's supposed to be a real bad storm. On my errand, and as you can hear, I'm listening to talk radio as usual, and they're talking about Walmart has already started their drone project here in Texas. So they're saying starting next year, a lot of Texas could be getting delivery by Walmart drones in Texas next year. And that is wild. Think about that. That is wild. Imagine sitting at home ordering your food or whatever, and a large drone comes into your front yard and drops it off. That is wild. 2026 is the year of the beginning of AI technology just exploding. It's exploding, and you can see it. But now my phone's ringing. I have to ignore that. But anyway, I'm on my errands right now, getting things for this winter storm, getting that all done and knocked out. Actually, I'm going to Lowe's and Home Depot because I have to get some more wood as a mold to make another larger concrete pot for my dwarf fruit trees. One of my little projects I'm doing. So, and then I have to go to Ace Hardware and get my last two 20-gallon propane tanks filled up. My last two. Get that done this morning in case the power grid goes down here. So I gotta get that done. And I just remember I forgot to go get my coffee, my hot mocha this morning. I forgot to get that. So let me run in here to Home Depot real quick, get this small errand done, then go get my hot mocha across the street, and then head to Ace Hardware and get my last two propane tanks filled up, and then my little errands are done for the day. It's starting to rain, as you can see. The temp right now is actually warm. It's 60 degrees Fahrenheit. It's supposed to get to 70 degrees Fahrenheit for a high. And as I recall, in 2021, this is how the last rare Arctic winter storm started. It started off like this. You know, it was nice and warm, and then a few more days later, everything just dropped way below. I mean, it dropped down to damn near freezing. It was crazy. So we are living in a world where our weather has changed drastically. Drastically, the weather has changed. And now we're getting these very rare Arctic freezes that we had not gotten all the way down here in the southern part of the country. And it's you know, and the reality is most of our homes down here are not built for these cold weathers. Our homes down here in the south are not built for that. So now people are doing things like right now, people are running to Home Depot and Lowe's. As you can see, this parking lot is full of people as people are getting down here and getting supplies they need, I guess, for this Arctic winter storm is supposed to be coming. So hopefully they're saying it's not as bad as the one in 2021. I'm praying that it's not. It's supposed to hopefully miss Houston. Hopefully most of it's supposed to miss Houston. But if the power grid goes down. And the other part, in the mid part of Texas, the power will be out all through Texas. It'll affect us. So that's why I'm getting ready. So hopefully it'll miss us and it won't be as bad as 2021. And we'll get through this, hopefully, if you prepared. So y'all have a nice day. Prepare. You know, get everything you need to stay warm, to have power, to have food. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody going to come to save us. Ain't nobody going to come to save us. We have to learn how to save ourselves.